hope you're keeping safe and keeping yourself in the house. Keep washing your hands and keep watching my videos. You know, since ancient times, we all have read so much about women and condition of women. We live in a male-dominated society. It is a patriarchal society. And women are encircled, are confined in their houses, taking good care of the children, of the house, of the husband and his family. We have seen this since quite some time and it is still continuing. Although, yes, they have been empowered, women empowerment has taken place. There are places where women are excelling. They are on the top. Top companies have got CEOs as women. Many countries have got their prime ministers. Our country was one that witnessed so. And there are so many fields in which women are on the top. They are excelling. They are achieving their dreams, reaching the topmost positions. But there is not much change in this society, in the thinking of the society, in the mentality of people. Still, they are struggling. And this poem is about Aunt Jennifer's tigers, and this is also about gender struggle. We will see how it goes. This poem is written by Adrienne. She was an American poet. She expired in 2012 and she was an American poet, an essayist and a feminist. And she has been writing so much, so many articles, and she has been talking so much about gender struggle and the struggle that woman has to go through. You know, we have read in so many places, in so many books, in history books about women. You know, they were supposed to wear those, corsets which were tight on the top and they were voluminous, big length cloth used to be there at the bottom, big, heavy gowns. And this was there in the Victorian time also. And this was so because at that time, the male-dominated society wanted the woman to be submissive, to be meek, to stay at home and just take care of the household chores. She was not allowed to speak. She had no political rights. In our country also, there was a time when sati system was so prevalent. There was parda system. So much struggle woman has seen. And Aunt Jennifer is one of them. When we go through this poem, I have read about this also, and when we read about our poet Adrienne, she also tells that this poem was actually written by Aunt Jennifer's niece. When the niece saw Aunt Jennifer struggling, she was, living in this male-dominated society. She got married to a husband who used to oppress her. There was a tyrannical atmosphere in her house, but she had desires. Everybody desires for something or the other. We all have dreams. We all long for something or the other. and Aunt Jennifer put her desires and dreams onto a canvas. So when the poem starts in the first stanza, we see that Aunt Jennifer is embroidering. You know, embroidery is thread work. So she is embroidering on a big panel. You know, there were times when people used to embroider, their artwork was there, and bed sheets and dining table covers and even the paintings and all were, you know, put on the wall. This embroidered item were also put on the wall. So Aunt Jennifer is, in the first paragraph, she is embroidering topaz denizens of the green world. She is embroidering golden yellow colored tigers. Denizens are animals. And she's actually embroidering tigers on a panel, and the colors of the tigers are topaz. You know, topaz is yellow, golden color, bright color, and she calls them that they were topaz denizens of the green world. Green world is the forest. You know, when there are so many trees, all green trees, we call that woods, we call them jungle, we call them forest, we call them the green world. All right. So she's embroidering, and the work of art that she has embroidered shows that these tigers are prancing. You know what is prancing? When you spring and walking with a spring effect in your legs. So these tigers are prancing here and there, and they are fearless. They are not afraid of the men sitting beneath the tree. She mentions that in the first stanza, that these tigers are seen prancing and they are fearless. And they're sleek. She calls their body as sleek and chivalric. Chivalric shows bravery, sleek shows majestic. So she has used these words to describe her tigers. Actually, she herself desires to be free like tigers. She dreams to be free like tigers because she is leading a life that is absolutely opposite. And she wants to be fearless of men like the tigers. They are fearless of the men sitting under the tree. She wants to prance here and there. What does prancing symbolize? Freedom. She has used the word sleek, that shows majestic. You know, tigers are the kings of the jungle, of the woods. This whole cat family has got a majestic look, majestic walk. They go wherever they want freely. They are not afraid of anything. And she desires this freedom. In the second paragraph, the poet tells us that her fingers are fluttering. Fingers are fluttering when she embroiders these tigers. And she is finding it so difficult to pull her needle out. The ivory needle has become so difficult to pull it out. You know, here she gives two meanings. There are two connotations to this. That one is that she has become old and her hands do not have that much of strength left to, you know, pull and push the needle out of the cloth. Out of old age. And secondly, because she is afraid. She's afraid of her husband. She's afraid of his tyranny, of the tyrannical atmosphere in the house. And this needle pen symbolizes her condition. She's not able to come out of this male-dominated patriarchal society. She has got, you know, fixed there and she's not able to come out. And her fingers are fluttering. She's afraid, she's scared. And the poet goes on to say that Aunt Jennifer was wearing her wedding ring. Wedding ring that, when she had got married, uncle must have put. But this seemed to be so heavy. She was living such a struggleful life after marriage. The presence of the tyranny of the husband, she was oppressed so much that this wedding band seemed so heavy to her. But still, very meekly and submissively, quietly, she was living her life. But she was putting down her desires on the panel. She was embroidering the tigers that she wanted to be. She wanted to be free of all this. And she goes on, Adrienne goes on to say in the third paragraph, the third paragraph is a narrative where the poet is talking to all the women in general, because here when she mentions just aunt, she doesn't name Aunt Jennifer, she says aunt, that is, she is talking to all the women of the world. She's narrating this to the world and she's warning the world that, even after years in future, when Aunt expires or dies, her hands will always hold that wedding band which were put into her hands by the nuns, by the ordeals during the wedding. Even after marriage, even in future, aunt will not be free. This gender struggle is going on and will keep going on if we do not rebel and revolt, if we do not speak for ourselves. And then in the last two lines, the poet goes on to say that although Aunt Jennifer will die one day wearing the heavy wedding band, which shows that she was still not free after death, but her tigers in the panel will keep prancing, will keep walking, will keep springing here and there in freedom. Her work of art will become immortal. Her desires will become immortal. They will never die. The dreams will never die. The tigers will always remain free, majestic, chivalric, energetic. All her desires were to be this. In this whole poem, Adrienne has used antithesis because first she's talking about the fluttering hands and the terrible, afraid hands of aunt, and the majestic and the chivalry of the tigers. Alright, so this is antithesis between the two people. And yes, there is a contrast between the actual character of Aunt Jennifer and what she wanted to be. So she has put through the descriptive words of the tiger. Alright, she has used tigers to show her desires, to depict her dreams and desires of what she wanted to be. Alright, because the tigers are so dominant, they are the kings and they are fearless, they are not afraid of men as she was. Alright, and they have certainty, chivalric certainty, she says. Chivalric certainty, they are brave, they have valor and they know where to go, they are certain about their things. But Aunt Jennifer is not. She doesn't know what to do on her own. She does what she is told to do. She lives in this male-dominated society where women are struggling. This patriarchal society have made women struggle for so long. Alright, now let us see the poetic devices quickly. She has used alliteration when she has used the words fingers fluttering, FF, alright, and chivalric certainty, CC. So I told you what are alliterations when the poet uses these words which start with the same consonant together in one line, alright. Then symbolism. Symbolism is tigers. What are tigers symbolic of? They are symbolic of chivalry. They are chivalric, they are energetic, they are fearless, they are not afraid of anyone, not even the men. They are fearless, they are free, they are majestic. Have you ever seen a tiger or a lion walk? Oh, such a majestic walk it is. Not afraid of anything, not bothered about the world. And they are topaz denizens. They look so good in this green world, and these golden and yellow colored animals. They really look very beautiful. They look so real majestic, kingly. Alright, and they have got strength. So these are the, that is why she has used this animal as tigers in her poem to show these, characteristics that were lacking in her, that she always desired to have. Alright, then she talks about the embroidery. She says that although we all are mortal, women will keep struggling in this type of society and they will die one day. Even after death, that ring will be in her hand. She will not be free at all. But her embroidered panel, the tigers will be immortal. Her work of art will live. Her work of art will speak for what she wanted, for what she dreamt, for what she desired. Alright, so that is why she has used this. And the wedding band, what does it show? It shows how a tyrannical, society can bind a woman. Have you ever seen Indian women? They are also so bound. They are supposed to put all those bangles, then those fingers have got their rings. They wear rings, although they look beautiful, but they become bind. They are not free. So many ornaments you want to put for a lady to wear to look beautiful. Isn't she beautiful? And otherwise, one should be beautiful in character, in the heart. We don't need to wear all this. Anyways, that is a debatable topic. Let's not get into that right now. Alright, so this were the symbolic things. And then comes the rhyme scheme. This whole poem is very structured, with four lines in each stanza. There are just 3 stanzas. And the rhyming scheme is AA, BB in the whole poem. So this is a regular rhyming scheme. Alright. And then I told you that poet has used antithesis because there are characters that are showing the majestic and strength and fearless form of the tiger, and the opposite of that is Aunt Jennifer. When she is afraid, her fingers are fluttering, she herself is so afraid, and she has not been able to speak or come out of this society, and her life, when she is bound in this house in the presence of the husband who oppresses her, she is just like a needle point that she was trying to pull out of the cloth and she was finding it difficult. Her life is also just like a needle point. She is not able to come out of this. She was never, and till future also the poet says that she will never be able to come out of this. Even after her death, she will be bound by that wedding ring. When she is laid with her hands, will always be wearing that ring. But her work of art will live forever, will speak what she wanted, what she desired, what she dreamt. And this is for all the women. Adrienne wants to warn all the women of the world of this, because one has to raise their voice, one has to take step, one has to do for one's own self in this patriarchal, male-dominated society. Even if we say that women have been empowered, still there are houses where this oppression is still continuing, and we need to take a step forward. We need to put our foot down and stand and take a step, revolt, and come out of this. Do read the poem, everyone. I have covered everything. All the poetic devices are here, and you read it. It's a very simple and nice poem, but so much Adrienne wanted to say, such a deep meaning she has given to us. Read it, you will really like it. And if you have still not subscribed my channel, please do so. We'll meet in the next video. Take good care of yourself. Goodbye.